What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 6 of Pete's Basement. Before we even get started, I want to give a big shout out to all our fans, especially our boy Justin Cargood. You are a man, dude. He introduced us to Prep Time Posse, who wrote us an absolutely glowing review yesterday, man. I think I speak for us all when I say that made my day. That was really great. You know, you guys are the best, man. We do this for you guys, and we have a lot of fun doing it. You guys on the MySpace page for leaving us comments and cool videos and shit. That was great. Keep that up. And when you see us writing back to you, when you send us messages, that's one of us sending you back a message. When we sign that, that's us. So, you know, you keep writing, we will definitely keep writing you back. You guys are the best, man. It still amazes us that you people watch this shit, man. It's great. And we love every minute of it.
And allow me to reiterate, no bukkake, no porn, please. Just comments and happy goodness on MySpace. Right.
Yeah.
No goats, no trannies, we're straight, we're good, we're fantastic without it.
And
but we had to get that off.
Yeah, that was good.
That was
floodgates officially open.
Yeah. I do want to say,
on the record, I asked for none of it.
I do want to say that unfortunately through my fucking hellish work week this week, I did not get a chance to go to the comic book store. So it's kind of up to you guys, but I am going to get there as soon as I can get you motherfuckers the fuck out of my house.
And tune in next week for Steve's Basement because he's carrying the weight this time.
Yeah. So let's get to our first comic.
And what are we starting off with this week? We are going right into DC with Booster Gold. What did you guys think of Booster Gold? Because I've been actually following it. It was a Jeff Johns book. He's got this co-writer, Jeff Katz, who apparently does a decent job, but the artwork is eh.
I didn't read it.
I'm not into Booster Gold or anything, pick it up.
But I think the cover is really awesome with the whole Blue Beetle thing there.
Yeah,
and if anybody notices, on the bottom left-hand corner, Cyclops makes an appearance.
This time
on
in
the
Booster
cover
Gold.
in Booster Gold.
Am I the only one who read this book this week?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
So it's up to you, dude. I didn't get to the comic store yet.
You know, I'm going to say this. Not an integral issue in a lot of ways, although it does have, spoiler alert, the return of the original, not the original, but the Ted Cord Blue Beetle. The artwork is Dan Jurgens, whose stuff at this point is starting to look a little bit dated, or a lot dated. It's a lot of references to the last giant crossover, not the last, Jesus.
0 Hour was like
Zero Hour, which is like a 12-year-old crossover. So that's kind of cool. But otherwise, it's not, you know, it's not really that pressing of a, you know, of an issue to have. It's got a good ending, which ties right into the final. You know, yeah, a lot of Omax. It ties right into the last crisis, and I guess it bridges into the next one. But again, you know, if you're going to skip an issue, this might be the one. I will say this though, if anyone is following the series, I have a feeling that the spoiler alert, the extra Blue Beetle shows up in this with the armor. It was all fucking shiny and looks like a Marvel character. I'm reasonably certain he's a bad guy or a fucking traitor. But otherwise, I kind of feel shafted on this issue, which is rare. I usually really fucking enjoy Booster Gold.
Let's see, that's really good art though.
But really good art? It's thin, man. Dan Jurgens has been doing this shit since like the 80s.
Wasn't he the guy that gave Superman the mullet?
He gave Superman the mullet.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so that's kind of his history. You know what I mean?
That's really heavy.
And an afro, I think, too.
Yeah, well, briefly had the afro. That was like the 70s.
The afro mullet combo.
Well, they were exploring Semitic roots. You know what I mean? And that's really what brought it out.
What's up with Gotham Underground now? It's up to issue 5, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, you guys picked this up originally on my recommendation. I just thought it was... I haven't even read it yet. I'm waiting for the whole series to finish, or at least get close to finishing before I start.
That's a good
I just thought it was pretty cool, because like all the covers connect, and, you know, I'm a dork for shit like that. I like poster stuff. So, but... You are quite displeased with it.
There were 2 cool scenes. The rest was doo-doo.
Really?
I like it.
Hot doo-doo. Hot,
like it.
steamy,
Not even
fucking
shit.
malarial doo-doo. Like flies, worms. It was just bad news.
It's reasserting that Batman's villains, rogues, whatever you wish to call them, kick ass. They're sick, they're strong, they're powerful, they're demented.
Batman has one of the best rogues gallery shows.
He does.
Spider-Man.
You know,
seriously. Comics.
You know, I'll say that. But then, you know, they bring up characters from fucking like Metropolis, you know, Intergang and all this shit, which is a Superman background. Danny brought up the fact when we were talking about this, they create a fucking, you know, there's some cool scenes in this.
Yeah, there's some really cool scenes in it.
Where they skin a guy alive and then they start piecing him back together.
Is that why I was going to make a comment on this panel alone, with all the puzzle pieces?
Yeah, and that
was just a cool panel.
But there's a Punisher villain called Jigsaw, so
there's
it's like
a Punisher villain, yeah. So
you know, it's
with all the puzzle pieces going around in the panels, and then this guy with the all stitched up, and he look, you know, it just reminds you of Jigsaw from the Punisher comics.
Isn't his name N-Piece?
Oh God.
But this is the first issue I've read of the whole arc, and the beginning seemed pretty interesting or whatever. But like he said, after I saw that guy who looked like Jigsaw, then it started kind of
falling off.
Yeah,
right?
it started kind of falling off.
That's kind of how I feel about it. It's a decent concept. It's not really well written.
Yeah. And spoiler alert, it looks like they might be bringing in a new spoiler.
I see that every fucking panel is how
and they're not showing
missing out.
The puzzle piece is missing out of her face, and then he introduced her. You're really skilled. I got something special for you. And he shows her a purple suit with a hood. Looks just like kind of like
right, exactly. You know, it could be spoiler, or it could be Prince's outfit that she's just lending. He's lending it to her. Well, I'll tell you this: there's one badass scene where Joker shows out how fucking disturbed he is.
Yeah, and
I like that.
Awesome.
I like that. It was
pretty
really
cool.
well. Frank Terry, the guy who's on this, was doing Wolverine for a while, if I'm right, and he's decent. And Jim Calafiore, however the fuck you pronounce his name. The artwork wasn't that good to me, but it was well written. It was decently written.
It was
and his Joker is genuinely fucking eerie to look at.
That's a great look.
So, but other than that,
and Penguin was pretty cool in that issue too.
I like how they remade Penguin into like the Godfather.
Yeah,
I like how he's
that
suddenly like a Kingpin-esque character.
He's been like that for a few years, and I like that Penguin.
I like that take on him. I like that take on him much better than making him the sort of standard Batman psycho. I like that shit.
Yeah.
Closing out our DC this week is
Green Lantern Corps. We've been talking your ear off about Green Lantern. Man, it doesn't seem like we can say enough. I didn't read it yet, so fill me in.
This is the last issue I'm going to pick up for a while.
Really? Why?
They changed writers, they changed artists.
Oh.
The artwork is, it's just, maybe part of it is, after coming off that post-coital fucking high of Sinestro War, maybe it's just that. But, reading this, it was really disappointing, man. It's,
I liked it.
You want to go outside and sumo? We can sumo, motherfucker. Let's do it.
It explained it.
Well, Adam's best compliment is it doesn't suck. So, Ramon, why did you like it?
Yeah.
They finally explained what the hell Alpha Lantern is. They described their powers. They could hotwire manhunters. They could drain power rings. They have batteries in them.
Were these guys like dead that they brought back to life or something?
No. The background, I think, was that these guys are like the internal affairs.
Right.
And they volunteered. It's supposed to be some sort of honor, but they basically cut them open, do this fucking horrible surgery. They're
combined with manhunters.
Right. Yeah, they're cyborg manhunter Green Lantern. It's a cool concept. I thought the writing was
wasn't great.
in
their own series.
Oh God, give another.
It's coming.
They'll have a spin-off by the end of the fucking year.
Guaranteed.
But, the artwork. I don't know what the fuck is this guy's name. The artwork is this guy's. No, is who is it this week?
Nelson.
Just Nelson. Great fucking name, Prince. This stuff looks like Mark Bright's old work. I don't know if you guys have read older books. Mark Bright did a lot of books back in the '90s. It looks a lot like Mark Bright stuff, but not as polished. The story is
not polished. I agree with you on that.
It's really amateurish art, and maybe they, I don't mind that they're giving a guy a chance, but this is not the fucking way to do it. And it's, and the story's just a little more amateurish. It's not, the whole product, I think, is polished is what we've been going into. Last arc was written by Peter Tomasi. I love his shit. Before that, it was Jeff Johns. This shit is kind of thin, man. And they go to the end where there's like some fucking like Bull Dyke, Amazon fucking bounty hunter party thing, and it ain't as good as it's been. It's a real fucking letdown.
You just sound bitter.
I'm a bitter little man. I'm a bitter, petty little man, and that shit just is not good. So I'm gonna take a break from this book for a little bit, and until they get their shit back together.
Green Lantern versus Alpha Lantern.
Yeah, it's getting a little fucking thin for me. So
what about regular Green Lantern? You still gonna pick that one up?
Goddamn yes.
Okay.
Because Jeff Johns is writing it, man. And
I only picked that up because it was crossing over into the Sinestro Corps anyway. So
well, I'll tell you something. While we're on the subject, real quick of DC, they dropped news that Jeff Johns and Grant Morrison are doing the Final Crisis stuff.
I think it's in the 80s. So does that mean it might be?
Well, they might have a baby, and it will be both deranged and sort of like hairy, from what I understand. But it's going to be a good. Supposedly, they're the ones who are going to be architecting the Final Crisis arc, which means that it might not suck.
Right.
Because Grant Morrison's out of his fucking mind. If Jeff Johns can he's had a banner fucking year.
Grant Morrison might.